Today, we're going to dig into a digital mystery. It all starts with this one, single, totally baffling line of text. It's a file that, when you first look at it, makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, take a look at this. What in the world is going on here? Is it some kind of secret message, a system error, or just pure random nonsense? Yeah, at first glance, it's complete gibberish.
But hold on. What if it's not random? What if this bizarre string of characters is actually a message, not from a person, but from a system trying to tell us something? Let's treat it like a puzzle. Let's see if we can crack it.
So where do we even begin with something like this? Well, like any good detective, the first step is to break down the evidence piece by piece. Let's see what we're actually looking at.
The best place to start is with the parts that look at least a little bit familiar. Hidden inside all that chaos, there are definitely some letters and fragments that look like they're from English.
So we can pull out DET, which, could just be the letters, or maybe it's short for determiner in linguistics, who knows? Then we have these individual letters, N, H, T, and Y. It's not a lot to work with for sure, but hey, it's a start.
But this is where it gets a lot more complex, because sprinkled in between those English letters are characters from a completely different language, a different writing system entirely. We've got Japanese in the mix.
Specifically, we're seeing the hiragana characters yo, which is pronounced yo, and a, pronounced a. So now our puzzle has pieces from two different languages. It's definitely getting deeper.
And then there's the weirdest part of all. This one isn't just a letter or a fragment. It's a full, complete, correctly spelled word from a third language.
The word is jeg. Now, if you speak Norwegian, you know that jeg means I, a first-person pronoun, just sitting there right in the middle of this jumbled-up mess.
So let's just step back and take a look at what we've got. We have bits and pieces of English, phonetic characters from Japanese, and one whole word from Norwegian. It is a true multilingual mashup.
And that brings us to the big question, right? Why these three languages, and why in this completely nonsensical order? To answer that, we need to stop looking at what it is and start looking at where it came from.
Context is everything when you're solving a mystery. And the origin of this particular message, well, it's the most surprising clue of them all. This wasn't dug up from some hacked government database or found on a secret forum on the deep web. Nope, its origin is way more common, a place millions of us go to every single day. That's right, this entire linguistic puzzle came from the auto-generated captions of a holiday makeup tutorial. So, the source has nothing to do with spies or international intrigue. What on earth is going on here?
Well, the answer isn't about human language at all. It's about artificial intelligence. It's almost like we're seeing the digital fingerprints of a ghost in the machine.
See, this text was created by an automated speech recognition system, an ASR. That's the AI that generates subtitles and transcripts for videos. And it's amazing at its job when there's actually speech to transcribe. But here's the key. The makeup tutorial had long stretches with nothing but music playing. So here's what happened. The AI is listening to the music, but it's only programmed to find one thing, human speech. So it's desperately trying to match the sounds in the music to phonetic patterns it knows from its giant multilingual database. It's not transcribing words people are saying, it's guessing at the sounds it thinks it hears. A beat might sound like dit, a little synth melody might sound like yo, and what you get is this bizarre phantom transcript. So this is way more than just a funny little glitch. This error gives us a fascinating peek into how an AI's perception of the world is fundamentally different from our own.
I mean, think about the difference. When you or I hear background music in a video, our brain just goes, okay, that's music, and we basically filter it out. But the AI, it has one job, find speech. So when it hears audio that isn't speech, it doesn't just give up. It forces an interpretation, no matter how wild the result ends up being.
This isn't a mistake in the way a person makes a mistake. It's the logical, almost predictable result of a non-human intelligence just following its programming to the absolute letter. It's the machine showing us exactly how it deals with ambiguity. In the silence, the AI tries to fill the void. It's straining to hear a voice in the noise, a signal in the static. It's almost poetic, right? The ghost in the machine is trying to speak, even when there's absolutely nothing to say.
And that really leaves us with this one last thought. This gibberish file is a funny little artifact from a YouTube video, sure. but it also pulls back the curtain on a hidden process, a machine's strange interpretation of our world. It really makes you wonder, if this is what an AI hears in the silence, what other hidden interpretations are happening in the technology we use every single day?